Welcome to Exam Fox.
Who is the author of The Selfish Giant? Oscar Wilde. What did the giant have in his garden? He had a beautiful garden with soft grass, flowers, peach trees, and singing birds. Where had the giant been before returning home? He had been visiting his friend, the Cornish ogre, for 7 years. What did the children do when the giant was away? They used to come and play in his beautiful garden every afternoon. Why did the giant become angry with the children? Because they played in his garden without his permission. What did the giant do to stop the children from entering the garden? He built a high wall around the garden and put up a notice board saying, "Trespassers will be prosecuted." What happened to the garden after the children stopped coming? It became cold and lifeless. Spring and summer never came there again. Which seasons refused to visit the giant's garden? Spring, summer, and autumn refused to visit. Only winter stayed all year. What did the giant notice one morning when he woke up? He saw the children had crept into the garden again, and with them, spring had returned. Who melted the giant's heart? A small boy who couldn't climb a tree because he was too tiny. How did the giant help the little boy? The giant gently lifted him up into the tree. The boy kissed him, and the giant realized how selfish he had been. What change came over the giant after seeing the children play again? He felt happy and loving, knocked down the wall, and allowed children to play in his garden forever. How did the giant's garden become beautiful again? Once the children returned, the flowers bloomed, the trees bore fruit, and the birds sang. Spring came back. What did the giant realize after seeing the little boy? He realized that true happiness comes from sharing in love, not from selfishness or isolation. Why did the giant call his own garden paradise later on? Because the laughter of children and the beauty of nature made it peaceful and full of joy, like heaven. What happened to the little boy at the end of the story? The boy disappeared mysteriously after the first meeting and reappeared years later to take the giant to paradise. What did the boy have on his hands and feet when he appeared again? Marks of nails, symbolizing that he was Christ. What happened to the giant in the end? The giant died peacefully, and his body was found covered with white blossoms, a symbol of purity and heaven. What is the moral of the selfish giant? Love, kindness, and sharing bring happiness, while selfishness leads to loneliness and sorrow. Explain how the story is both moral and spiritual. It teaches moral values like sharing and love, and also has a spiritual message. Selfless love brings eternal peace, symbolized by the boy as Christ. Like, comment, share, and subscribe our channel, Exam Fox.